Tonight, I'm celebrating Wind Down Wednesday with the lovely ladies of Bravo's Married to Medicine, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly, and Toya Bush Harris. Now, ladies, we have a lot to talk about tonight, and we want to get into your personal lives in just a minute, but right now, I want to get your opinions on some current events. Now, y'all all live in Atlanta. Did you see what happened with LeBron James and that courtside Dusty Karen that she's so lucky that Savannah wasn't there? Now, if she was there, what do you think would have went down, and what would y'all do if someone badmouthed your husband like that when he's trying to do his job?
Y'all know me, I love my man. So if it's a female, if it's a dude, I'm not gonna approach him. I think it's for the man to take care of the men, but I'm glad that LeBron James handled it the way that he did. You know what I mean? I just feel like sometimes, the Caucasian women feel more privileged, and she really badmouthed him. But I felt like LeBron.
But he badmouthed her back.
Well, not so much, because he's done a lot of interviews, and he actually was very poisoned. He was a class act. He said that he wished they had not been put out the game. He said that he wished things hadn't happened that way. But I guess the guy was talking junk to him while they were playing basketball, and it was between the two men, and the girl jumped the lady. Did y'all call her Karen? Because I don't want to call her Karen if y'all didn't.
I called her Karen.
They called her Karen. Karen jumped in it. I think she was drinking or whatever, and she said some inappropriate things, and then they got put out. So they said she took off her mask, but then later on, LeBron said they were nowhere near her, so he wasn't as offended by the mask being off.
But he called her man on steroids.
He is, though. He looks like he's on steroids. He looks like white trash. She looks like a prostitute. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Y'all don't have to say it.
I wasn't going to say all of that.
I'm saying it. I went to her page. I was trolling her. I commented on her page.
I think I know where they live. I'm like, I will be quiet.
You know what's messed up? LeBron is one of the athletes, Black athletes, that really stands up for Black folks in America. He does not run away from that. And he's a target. So he can't even say if he want to hurt. He has to always be so politically correct with these white people, especially these white women, or it's the big Black athlete against the poor little white woman, and they'll demonize him.
Right, and he played it well.
25 and immature.
He was very professional when he did his interviews. And he was a class act. He said that he wished that had not happened. He cleaned it up. At the time he was probably a little angered or whatever, just like we get. But I don't like, I think the woman should have stayed out of it. I honestly do. When two men are talking, just stay out of it. Just like if I'm having an argument with you, Claudia, I don't think the husband should get involved. Let the women handle it. I'm a big teaser on that. I don't want a man talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I get really angry if a man talks to me, especially with the, with the girly stuff. You know what I'm saying? We catty, whatever. Man jump in it. That's no place for that, in my opinion. And we've had that on reality TV. That's why it just bothers me when the men get involved.
Right.
My husband said, what do you think no man's supposed to be a no man's job acting a fool.
Right. The men don't need to do that, especially, the men. And I think they do a good job of staying out of it. It's only been a couple of them,
Dr. Jackie, what do you think about it?
I didn't get to see what really happened, but it must have been really intense for a basketball player, where I'm sure they get heckled all the time. But something must have been said, because you're right, to have LeBron stop and comment back. There was something.
Well, you're on the front row. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know how to act on the front row. Like, I think that there should be rules for people who are on the front row. First of all, like, come on now.
It's rare to have an athlete stop and say something to you if you say boo or yay, because they're used to the opposing team screaming for the opposing team. So he must have said something real intense.
And judging by the ladies, like I said, I went to her Instagram page and she's extremely obnoxious. And the husband, he's supposed to be rich. He cannot spell to or there. He uses the wrong version every single time. And I'm just like, they're just trashy. They go to a game and don't bother the man while he's trying to ball out and play. Leave him
Absolutely. Alone. Doing something they could never do. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the problem,
That part.
LeBron is a class act. He's very good at what he does. And he must have said something very disrespectful for LeBron to even acknowledge it, So I feel bad, but it's a part of the game. LeBron handled it, and I think he's moving forward in a positive way. He kind of squashed it, if you will.
That's right. So y'all hear about
back in stand.
Well, I'm just saying, lucky for her, Savannah wasn't there. She, Savannah.
Oh yeah, his wife, yeah.
We love Savannah. We got Team Savannah. So ULTA Beauty, that store, they doubled down on Black-owned beauty brands and plan to spend $4 million marketing these products. Now, are these steps in the right direction, or they can be conveniently catering to us, the Black community, during
I
Black
was just
History
about to say, are they doing this because of Sephora? Come on.
But
Now,
by any means necessary. If it's for getting
I don't know.
recognition, I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. When I get my beauty product, I'm not turning it down.
absolutely. And I think it's time for it, Claudia. I think during this season, you know, I mean, whether it's positively intended or not, I think, like Jackie said, we'll accept it. But it's time now. People can't really deny our oppression in a big beauty supply store like that. If they want our business, they better try to cater to us. But it's a great, you know, thing that they did. But I think that it's good PR as well.
Mm-hmm. I think it also, I mean, we can roll our eyes at them because we know what it is. They should have been doing this a long time ago. But
Right.
you know, after George Floyd, all of a sudden they acknowledge racism might actually exist, and we may need to put some dollars over here. I think it makes them look stupid that it took this long. You know what I mean? We will take it. We will take it and give us some more while you're at it.
Absolutely. And make more out of it. Right.
That's right.
Put some Black faces at the front counter. How about that?
In the CEO positions as well.
Exactly.
Let's
I
talk
heard they did though, right? They put Tracy Ellis Ross, right, as one of the CEOs or a consult. Tracy Ellis Ross.
I didn't know that.
I read that. Yep.
Okay.
I don't need a consult. Let's get in some CEO positions.
I think she got a high level position. She did.
Okay.
She did. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about a Black queen that's been doing amazing work right down there in Georgia, the one and only Queen Stacey Abrams, nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. What are your thoughts on the nomination? And what do you think her next move should be? Governor 2022. I think listen, Georgia, we owe her that at the very least.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think she can go anywhere she wants to go at this point. I had the honor of actually meeting her and doing a fundraiser for her governorship run. And she's an amazing lady. I mean, she's very captivating, you know, and she's very knowledgeable on everything that she talks about. So I was very impressed with her. But like I say, we owe her a lot. Just like you said, Claudia, we owe her a lot. She actually took a loss and made it a win for all of us. And for that, we will always be thankful for. But that prize, that Nobel Peace Prize, it's well deserved. It's well deserved. And we appreciate her. And governor, you know, whatever, president, I think she should get a position, you know, within the White House as well. So I think it's great things going to happen for her.
Look at me agreeing with Heavenly.
Huh?
I said, look at me agreeing with you.
It's not the reality TV show. We could be real. I mean, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. This a positive show. Ain't it, Claudia? Are we supposed to be messy? Because I don't know. You got to let me know. Because
a little bit of both will be appreciated.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm joking, Claudia.
Thing just happens. I think her losing that governor's race was in right time, because had it not been for her being who she was and everything that happened, who knows who would be the senator of Georgia. So I think nothing just happens. Her losing was in perfect timing. So like Heavenly said, her loss was a win for the nation.
Yeah, she recognized the voter suppression, and she saw why she lost, because so many people were, you know, we didn't vote. If we had to stand in a line in the rain, you know, if you go to different places, the polls are a lot differently. She recognized that, she saw what the issue was, and she then took all those issues and made a solution. And that's what we have to do, you know, and I think she did an amazing job with it.
And then your shady governor, Brian Kemp, who I think is horrible, he had between 1 and 300,000 Black names purged from the polls down in Georgia. Like, they purged a lot of names that should have been able to vote. And she saw that. And I love how she, like y'all all said, took a negative, turned it around. And I think if she chooses to run for governor in 2022, it's a done deal. But those Republicans are trying to raise a lot of money right now to demonize her. They're already starting because they see how much power she has.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But wait, did I read correctly that another nominee is Trump?
A what?
Another nominee is Trump.
For what?
For the Nobel Peace Prize.
You know what? Ain't no
like what?
Maybe.
Yes.
His name should never be involved with anything with the word peace in it or prize.
I could not believe it. I did. I read that. Yes.
But they had him. Remember, he won that person of the. Well, he said he was nominated for like person of the year or something like that. They only asked 1,000 people. They probably just went to like a red county and did that. Like you got to look at who they ask. You know what I mean?
That's
They be
right.
trying it with those polls. So Beyonce's proteges, Chloe and Hailey, super talented, beautiful young queens, are quickly becoming the hottest duo around. However, Chloe has got a lot of backlash this week, posting what some would consider racy videos and photos of herself. Why do we tend to judge young women so harshly when they choose to be sexy? And she's not skanky or classless by any stretch of the imagination. Why do we do this to girls?
Because we hide behind Twitter and we make comments about folks that are doing their thing. Like, I mean, she looks adorable. She's young. She's beautiful. I didn't see a problem with her, and she's in the entertainment business, so it's okay. And she wasn't too revealing to me. I've seen.
You know what? When I saw her, I really honestly I thought about her. When I first saw it, I was surprised because I was like, oh my God, that's my little her. That's grownish. She's so sweet on grownish. So I was surprised to see it, but I thought it was cute. I thought it was adorable. I didn't think anything by it, but I think what people took negative from it was the men saying, oh wow, like I hope to see more. And they just took it and ran with it. But for me, I didn't think it was anything trashy about it at all. Not by far. I support her. I mean, if she wants to show her body or some legs, she has great legs. What difference does it make? She's a positive girl. I think people just look for things to be negative about. I think people look to shame body in general. And, I'm so against it. I love it. I love that if she, like she said, if this is the way that she lifts herself up, more power to her.
Claudia, what I think it is, and I have a little girl too, I think that it's hard to see our little girls grow up. I think that at one point she was a little girl. I remember when I saw at Essence and they were just little kids like 14 and 15. And I didn't know who they were. And my daughter was like, oh, she's a YouTuber. So now they're grown. And I looked it up. One of them's 22 and the other one's 20. They're grown women now. But in our minds, they are still the little girls that grew up, just like my daughter. She puts on stuff and people say, oh, they're thinking that she's just that 7-year-old y'all met when she first got on reality TV. And it's hard to make it's wrong to do what they're doing. And I think everybody's with them. Everybody loves Chloe and Halle. But a lot of times for us with the little girls, because I have one, it's hard to delineate between little girl and now they're grown women. And in our minds, we look at them as babies.
Excellent point. It's hard for us to let go. And y'all as parents can definitely speak on that. And we see them as little girls. I think you're absolutely correct. But I also think when it comes to Black girls, we don't have the same privilege. We don't have the same liberties as white girls when they do. When they do it, it's like, oh, she's edgy and she's grown up. When we do it, it's and we do it to each other. We are guilty of doing it ourselves. She's fast and she's being a hoe, and she's beautiful. And 20 and 22, ladies and gentlemen, they grown. We're gonna take a quick break. When we return, we'll be talking about the importance of healthcare for Black women. We'll be back with more Out Loud on Fox Soul when we return.